You're welcome.
First of all, yes, it's about the NFT panel. And of course, we started already behind the scenes to discuss, behind stage, discuss NFTs. Is it still a big thing? Is it still maybe a scam? Is it still live? The next 40 minutes, we assure you that we will have a vivid discussion, an active discussion. My name is Robby Schwertner. I'm from Austria. I had the company Innomagic, but we do a lot of NFT consulting. And also I'm known on LinkedIn as Crypto Robby. The colleagues here, my colleagues here will introduce themselves. Who wants to start?
I can.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Okay, welcome.
So thank you. I'm Sergiu from Ludo. You can think to Ludo like the Google of the Web3 space. So coming back to the NFTs, because this is our main focus, starting with October, November last year, we've seen more and more in the news that the NFTs phenomenon is dead, that there are no trading volumes anymore, that everything is over, yeah? But while analyzing the patents registrations and trademark applications on WIPO, you'll be amazed to see that starting with October and November last year, there is an exponential growth in number of applications. And among these brands applying for NFT patents and trademarks are brands like Intel, Qualcomm, Versionet, Samsung, Sony, you name it, everything. So until now, 2,000 brands have already minted their NFTs, 2,000 plus.
2,000 plus.
2,000 plus. And the exponential growth of applications, it's continuing right now. So we expect on the next bull run to see some really strong movements to mass adoption in terms of NFTs, because things are moving slowly from only art and some gaming, successful gaming, to real brands pushing different use cases, solving their individual problems, using NFT as the technology solution for it.
Thank you, Sergio, for this opening statement. Who wants next?
For introducing
Eric.
yourself.
Yes,
yeah. Hey
Eric,
guys.
please.
My name is Eric. I'm the head of Web3 for Chainalysis here in Europe. And I'm helping, or we are helping Web2 companies like Nike, Bang Olufsen, Christie's to enter Web3 in a secure way and in a way that they are compliant. So I think this is a topic what is really important. We saw crypto winter and all the meltdown of prices and values and a lot of scams in the past 4 to 5 years. And I think this is crucial that we educate the people out there, that we help projects to be compliant, and I think this is one of the biggest topics in the next years. And what my colleague said, I think crypto winter is now more or less over, and the summer or maybe the spring starts already. And yeah, if I'm referring to all the Web3 projects which are created last year, it's around about 300 different projects from great brands out there. I think there is a lot of things coming, and right now in stealth mode, and also real use cases out there.
Thank you, Eric, from Chainalysis. We come into that maybe later about that. Maverick, maybe next you.
Yeah, I'm Maverick Milkowski. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Star Heroes Game. I'm also a core member of Game Swift. And today I will tell you more about the NFTs in gaming. So pretty hyped about the conversation.
Yes, but you were short, too short. But you are an architect. You graduated from Krakow Technical University.
Yeah, that's
architecture.
true.
So how come ends an architect up in the gaming and NFT scene?
Yeah, you know, I think that it might be, for somebody it might be difficult. However, I think that it's very close to each other. Why? Because architects are these people that like to build something, you know, out of nothing, you know. So this is actually very, very near to the new technologies, because it's kind of a different thinking. So this way, I think that it's very, very, very close.
You create spaces for gaming, not spaces for people living, but gaming also, and both could be fun.
That's true.
That's a good start. Finally, last but not least, Philipp.
Yes. Is this microphone? Can you hear me?
Actually, I don't see anything in the audience happening, so I don't know if anyone is here. So
We'll make sure
Philipp
to
Stegmann, founder of BlockConnect. BlockConnect is basically an event. How do you call it? Event series in Berlin that tries to connect everyone, and I mean everyone's like aware, like, oh, we're going down, but hey, we are still here. So let's give a big applause to ourselves. This is my introduction because I love everyone around the corner here that joins us here tonight. So let's give yourself a big applause. So if you like to and if you're excited about it. But yeah, so in general, my name is Philipp Stegmann. I'm a consultant in sales and growth for a long time. And that's what I do. And I love the crypto scene. I love everything that happens in there. I love the principles of decentralization, of nobody knowing what I'm doing, kind of, you know, the world is changing really quick right now, and I'm afraid, kind of everything that happens right now. So yeah, I found.
What are you afraid of, Philipp? What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of. I'm very transparent in everything I do, but I hate transparency that only one kind of people can see it, like the government or something, like banks or whoever, and the other publicity cannot. And that's why I love blockchain, because blockchain is here for the people. And I'm here for the people, and I don't like corporates looking into my stuff. And I know it. I work with a lot of corporates. I know what data they are looking at, how they use it, how they keep you away from it, and it just makes me kind of sad. And blockchain hopefully will change all of that in a very transparent way. Maybe not. There are a lot of rumors about that it might be the wrong way, and they're gonna put up the CBDC. Who's gonna buy the fucking CBDC? Me? I'm not buying it. Like, I'm going for the decentralized cryptos. But
yeah, one of the centralized cryptos is NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
Yes.
So.
And that's the thing, right? We have right now all these centralized companies, like, for example, my prime example is always Eventbrite. You know, they sell tickets, but they don't sell tickets to you and me. They sell tickets to scalpers, and they sell it on eBay for you to a much higher price. So how about the idea? Yeah, put my microphone down because it's so controversial.
Talk time is over.
It was Eventbrite already. They are turning
Eventbrite.
you off.
Okay, bad word. Okay, so that company that I mentioned before. So anyhow, like what they do is like they sell you a ticket and you can still sell it on eBay on a secondary market. But with NFT, basically the artist could say in the near future, like if it would be a Tyler Swift, we all knew that example that skyrocketed. Like, what the fuck? One ticket, 50K? Like, what are you talking about, right? And she could just say like, okay, I sell it as an NFT, I put the tickets in it as an NFT, and if you sell it on the secondary market, it should be the same price. So I'm all in for the technology behind NFT. Hands up if you like the NFT technology.
Yeah, let's have a...
And also hands up if you understand the NFT technology.
Yes, understanding the technology is one thing and using it is another. Exactly. Of course, we saw a big usage in art. That was the 21 hype of crypto NFTs. We saw in gaming, we have Maverick, maybe you can later join in and tell us what's the latest big thing in gaming. Besides that, the question is, what's beyond art and gaming? Probably ticketing, as Philipp mentioned. Where do we go? Sergiu.
Thanks. So, behind those one are all the other industries. Basically, each individual industry is finding its own use case for the NFT. Okay. For example, the fashion industry, you know, we think, why the large fashion brands will choose to use NFTs? Because, okay, they already make a lot of money. They don't want to monetize with NFT their audience. Doesn't make so much sense for them. But they have, for example, a huge problem. Super copies, they are not able to fight strong enough against counterfeiting. And they can solve this with NFT and some other technical solutions. Plus, the huge growth of the secondary market for luxury goods. where they can easily put a royalty and make money not only first time when they sell the product, but every time when someone is reselling. So it's a huge market. A lot of money to be made with a very small cost. I mean, but you see, each industry is identifying its own needs. Yeah, so many, I mean, there are use cases, from my perspective, the digital ownership as NFT, has more or less the same importance like the binary system. I mean, until now we are used only with the financial system to have a high liquidity level and to play with it, and the fungible tokens came and opened our eyes in a different way. And imagine that non-fungible tokens have the power to bring liquidity on any type of goods and services. And this is huge. And from this we can elaborate a lot.
Of course, yes. Thank you, Sergiu. Eric, about Chainalysis, are you using NFT? But I thought you also work in the education business, or you educated yourself. You have a master of blockchain degree.
Right.
So would it be something for the education business where you also built the company? Maybe you can talk about that.
I was self-employed the last 2.5 years, and now I moved back working for enterprise. So I think I will found my own company again soon. So what we are doing at Chainalysis is helping these Web2 companies to check their counterparties. Yeah, if you're maybe Nike, or if you're maybe Bang Olufsen, yeah, and you want to mint your NFTs or maybe sell it, whatever, then you need to double check if these wallets are correct and clean. Yeah, you don't want to have sanctioned addresses, interacting with sanctioned addresses and all this stuff. And this is quite a huge and important topic. And we are supporting brands in this kind of way. Yeah.
How do you deal with this question of Chainalysis? It's just it almost has a monopoly. It's a huge company. It collects all the data which we as a blockchainers say we shall not collect. How would you reply to that?
Repeat it maybe again. Did I get your point
is, you know,
directly?
Chainalysis has a big database.
Yeah.
Even I'm from Austria, the Austrian ministry, it said they use it, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the police forces worldwide use this own database, flagging wallets. So do you think it has a lot of centralization in this flagging business? Is it very centralized? And how does it cope with the factor that we're in a decentralized world where more players should own that data? That's a criticism sometimes I read and heard about Chainalysis, which does, by the way, a great work on the other side.
Of course. I think we have proved that we can support the ecosystem and brands with really great data, which we are gathering since a decade for now, more or less. I think this is something why we are one of the leading blockchain data analytics providers out there. And we can help in really, really important projects and issues. Yeah? If there are stolen funds out there, yeah, we can help the law enforcement or the exchanges to see where the funds are going to. Yeah? And I think this is important, really important work for. We are not doing the work ourselves. We are only providing the data. True. Yeah. So this is what we are doing, and someone else, maybe the police, law enforcement, whatever, needs to do their own research again with the exchanges. Yeah. Right.
There are the stories. I heard rumors that one of the police forces in the EU, one of the countries, they just bought the Chainalysis system, but only for Bitcoin, not for Ethereum and the other cryptos. Interesting, yeah. It's not about Chainalysis.
Not heard about that.
It says a lot about how much understanding in governments we still have about crypto.
Yeah,
so
educating.
that needs a lot of education.
That's scary, man. That's
absolutely scary.
Sorry, that's scary.
Yes, of course, of course.
We take it literally, like with humor and stuff. Like, I'm shocked.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it's on the one hand side, it's shocking that they still are far behind, but on the other hand side. Aren't they keeping up? Aren't they keeping up? Is it on improving?
you're maybe shocked, but if your funds are stolen, then I think you're pretty happy if someone could help you. Yeah.
Of course,
Honestly,
absolutely.
I'm a total degen, so honestly, I always expect my funds to be stolen or rug pulled or whatsoever. Like literally,
Then you set the right expectations yourself.
I see myself as a pioneer in that space, and if there's like a shitcoin coming up like paper, I'm like, oh yeah, man, that looks great. Yeah, that's the next meme coin. Of course, I'm gonna YOLO into it. Like that's.
Philipp, have you ever been scammed? Do you remember?
I've been scammed a lot of times. Honestly, yes, I've been. But every time.
Who not? Who not?
Literally, I knew it before I got scammed. I was like, oh my god, that project looks so shitty. It's possibly a rug pull or a scam or whatsoever, and I still put 80 euros into it. Like I'm not a big gambler. I'm a risk taker. Okay, I take my risk. I'm like, okay, there's this shitcoin. It looks quite cool. Maybe I'm gonna ape, I don't know, 80, 100, 250 euros into it. It depends on the return of investment that I expect from other people aping in it. So I'm pretty degenerate in that case. I lost a lot of money. But I also made a lot of money with it, so it's like a balance, kind of.
But this is kind of a mindset we need to educate the people. Yeah, so like acting like a personal VC fund, yeah. So betting on 10 projects, one is 20x, and the rest is gone, yeah. And
but
this
to be
is
honest,
all
what
about the
is
education
the
to people.
What is the Robin Hoods nowadays doing with their option trading and stuff like that? Like honestly, I lost more fucking money on options than in crypto, and that tells me literally everything. Like I lost so much money when like CNBC was like, oh, this company is going up like hell. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I need to ape into it. Totally buy the options. Even if I do the KO things that they have like a lot of, like I do it most of the time.
Yeah, I think it's not a problem when you get scammed, as long as you are expecting it. I mean, as long as you put the money in a meme coin, usually you expect that this investment has a huge risk.
Exactly.
The main problem is when you put the money in a meme coin, and in fact you put the money in a fake meme coin. This is the problem. Then you get ripped off without, I mean, you calculate that the risks are like 90% to be scammed, but in fact you are sending money somewhere where the risk is 100% to be scammed.
Yes.
So what I want to say is that, you see, ourselves, all of us, as traditional internet users, we get something for granted. And we get from granted the content curation done especially by Google and by other major players. Because if you right now, if you go on Google and you search for online banking, the chances on the first 10 pages of Google to be a link stealing your online banking details are zero.
ChatGPT is my new Google, so I don't Google anymore. I ChatGPT.
Yeah, good. So exactly. So basically, Google removed the scams. So this created the right moment for mass adoption. In the Web3 space, unfortunately, from 100 NFTs, 90% are scams or fakes or something like this. So how should we expect mass adoption as long as via education is good, but you know, education works with 20-30% of the people.
Yeah, right.
The rest will still not understand. So we need to prepare systems and to curate this content in such a way that normal people, non-technical people, to get close to zero exposure to scams. And I think this is the responsibility.
Then we're talking Bitcoin.
This is the responsibility of ourselves, of the creators.
That's Bitcoin.
Yeah,
That's
Maverick. I think that it's a beauty of decentralization, you know? I think that if you'd like to do it in the way that it's very easy, very simple for everybody, etc., probably you would need to use some kind of centralized exchange or centralized company, actually, that allows you to do it, you know? So I think that there's still a lot of to say about that and a lot of to develop to do it as smooth so it can be still decentralized but very smooth to onboard. This is very, very huge milestone ahead of us. And I see that it's a lot of development ahead of us regards that, because you can do it right now, but you will lose this decentralization beauty, and this is the very huge problem, which is here ready to solve. You know, with gaming, it's something similar, because I believe that gaming is kind of a gates. It kind of a floodgate of a new user base, new players that can join into the Web3 space. Why? Because you are now having like games like Fortnite, etc. You are using this different types of skins then, etc. But you can't sell them. You can't do anything about them. You can only buy them, and that's all. You are forever with them, you know. So these people are actually very prepared to use some kind of NFTs, but they are still not yet NFTs. I mean, these are, you know, the backend things that are pretending like to be NFTs, you know. So this is also a very huge user base that you can bring to the Web3 space from the gaming space. I think that they are the best prepared for that revolution, but still there is a huge barrier when it comes to this onboarding process, something that you said. So how to do it in the way that it will be very smooth for them, and you won't need to tell them, hey, man, you want to try this game? You can install this wallet, you can do that and that and that and that. No. You need to do it very smoothly, you know? And how to do it with the decentralization, you know, not in the centralized way. So it's a great thing, you know.
So I was discussing with the creator of a Web3 app, which went from 5,000 users to 300,000 active users. Initially, they minted 5,000 NFTs. They are targeting truck drivers and taxi drivers. And after, they went very fast to 300,000 NFTs. How they've done this? They've allowed users to mint their NFTs not only with wallets, but also in a centralized way.
Yeah.
So basically, in my opinion, the benefits of the NFT should not be imposed in the way they're being used by ourselves, by the creators, but should be chosen by the user. So if the user is fine with the risk of a centralized game, or in fact, centralized custodian in a Web3 game, they should let it. Otherwise, they should click the button. The problem is that it's not only a problem between centralization and decentralization. This happened to myself 2 months and a half ago. Porsche launched
the 911
NFT, you know? So
NFT.
I was super happy. Porsche is a huge brand. I told, okay, I want to get an NFT. So I went on the largest marketplace, Web3 marketplace, and I searched Porsche 911. And I click on the first result. And I sign in with my MetaMask. And 1 second before signing the transaction, why is the price 40% of the yesterday's price? Because the market was in pretty good standing at that moment. And I said, no, let's analyze again. And it was a scam on the first position for Porsche 911 on the centralized #1 marketplace, Web3 marketplace for NFTs. So this is the major problem we have. Currently, main focus in this space was on marketplaces, which is good, but curation process still needs a lot of effort. I mean, curation is not yet there. And without curation, people will get scammed. And getting scammed, you know, not all people like risks. I was also scammed in crypto several times. So, you know, but many people will try once and will say, okay, I had enough. So I think this is where the industry should focus a lot. And curation through analysis for brands, what Chainalysis is doing, it's amazing. Curation for user is something else. This thing with curation for user and educational materials, it's something that will bring us one step forward.
So the nice story is that the industry, you know, uses NFTs to enter the Web3, like the big brands like Coca-Cola, like Red Bull, and they create digital drinks, which I don't know.
And Reddit is the biggest use case of NFTs basically launched. Like how many people...
True.
I don't want to ask because I don't want to dox anyone, but how many people bought the Reddit NFTs? Like I bought 3 of them or something? Like
of course. That's a nice story. So the industry and but we know the internet became big because of the porn industry, and it's surprising how bad they are performing in crypto in a way. There is no really a porn, I don't know, porn coins. They're
because
really
we don't have girlfriends. That's the point. You
they're
know?
too nerdy. Good point, Philipp. Too nerdy for this word. But it's still surprising that this industry hasn't taken up. But from my own experience, I see that that is one direction, and the direction of digitals. So the NFTs plus physical objects, where we link. That's I will, by the way, shameless self-advertisement. Tomorrow I have a speech about a presentation here on that stage, 2:30.
But Robby, that's the really interesting part. Like when we really utilize it, like we're talking about NFTs. Like okay, we all bought the apes, we all bought it on different chains and whatsoever. Like everyone is looking at the NFTs in OpenSeas, but it's like the real world utilization at one point. And I think we should really talk about that, because for me it's all about the transparency, because I want to know what was happening with maybe the house I bought before, who owned it or whatsoever. Is it a fast money scheme? Okay, I'm in for it if I can afford it, right? But there's so much topics about NFTs, like it's bulletproof, right? It's fake proof. Like there's only one NFT in a pocket. So of course, for example, my favorite example is Eventbrite, right? If you look at Eventbrite, they sell tickets. But what do their tickets do? They sell them on a secondary market, on the eBay, and sell it to you for 5 times the price. Why? The artist doesn't want that. He never wants that. He wants just to have a full house of it, basically. He doesn't care about the secondary market. And NFT could be one driver to really put more transparency into that as well. I understand that Eventbrite is a big fan of secondary market because they offer it as well, right?
True.
You can sell your tickets there to someone else and they just pocket the fee. But is it something that I want? No, I don't want it. As a consumer, I'm totally against it, actually.
So the future would be...
if you're with it, because I feel like I'm a little bit lost with that
Philipp,
opinion.
I think you're not lost, but that your idea wouldn't it be that ticketing is the next big thing in NFTs, one of the next big tracks?
I see it, but I'm always curious for other use cases as well.
What use case actually by BlockChance, that's the German blockchain competition, has been won by BAM ticketing, BAM ticketing. It's a blockchain NFT ticketing application, which to my knowledge, they already discussed with US companies contracts on how tickets could be NFTized. Why Eventbrite and also Meetup don't do that, I don't know. Yeah.
I tell you why they don't do it, because it's a lot of publicity. Of course, if you can tell the story of, like a Taylor Swift ticket sold for 100K, that's a big story. That's a lot of PR. That's a lot of advertising. Like, come on. Guys,
yeah, but isn't that cool also for NFT? Do the same with NFT. Why not? What we have the same with NFT, and you're a salesperson, aren't you?
I know. And I'm very bipolar in that case. But I have to say, me as a consumer, I rather buy the Taylor Swift ticket as a real fan for the price it was offered than calling it from a scalper who asked 5 times the price. That's just.
So you are real Dejan or not? Because real Dejan would say that it's an open market, you can do whatever you want.
That's why I say I'm bipolar in that matter.
I won't agree with that, because I believe in the open market and decentralization. So I think that everybody can do whatever he wants with if I have some ticket, I can sell it on my price, and that's my thing, But I get it, but I think that's. It shouldn't be obligatory. Sometimes it's even good that some tickets are on the higher price. Why? Because it's also the marketing, If you see that something is very, very, very overpriced, you can say, "Whoa, this guy has a really fucking great marketing," It might be huge. I want to get there, So I think it's not that simple, and. This technology is here for transparency, of course, what you said, but also for the ownership, but also for being open, for this openness to everybody. And whatever you want to do, you can do it this way,
True, but people must use it and create communities. You can do it, but if nobody comes and uses the stuff you provide, you develop. How is it in the gaming industry? We had the hype I was in Korea Blockchain Week last year. There was still a lot of talks about the gaming industry, the play to earn. How is it now? How would you see the future? Is it worth buying a gaming token?
Yeah, you know, with this space you have some kind of trends, you know, so there comes and goes, you know. There was a trend for gaming. It was a very, very huge game, a trend that started with the Axie Infinity, etc. After that, there were other trends, you know, that we've seen in the market. Now, as we are in the bear markets, the trending is maybe not as that popular. However, people are still playing games, you know, and I think that there will be the leader, next big leader. I won't believe that Axie Infinity was the biggest and okay, that was it, guys. Thank you very much. We won't have any bigger than that, you know.
True.
Who wants to believe in that? So I believe that there will be something bigger, but we need time, you know. And I think that we are waiting for the switch where there will be like this great leader, this great game, and there will be a lot of players thanks to that on the market. And then we will have switched that the Web3 gaming will become mainstream. As now it came with the NFTs, you know. Previously it was that, now Adidas, etc., Coca-Cola, etc. And the biggest one. So I think that something similar will be with gaming, but we are waiting for the leader of this change. At first we had some Ponzi schemes like Axie Infinity, etc. We are now waiting for something more sustainable that will allow more people to come in. And then we will have this switch to make it mainstream, you know. So
where would that be? What's your guess? Or do you have an idea of what would
of
be?
the game? Which game?
Yeah.
I would say Star Heroes for sure, yeah, because I'm building it. But
yes,
hopefully, you know,
I love this self-advertising thing. Yes, yeah. So what are you doing? You can of course tell us. It's no problem.
Yeah, sure. You know, we are making the game that is in the kind of niche. It's a space shooter. So you can check it out on our Twitter or the website starheroes.io. And of course, we are making this all the tokenomics and all the NFT structure in the way that I would like to see in the other game. And I would be pretty interested, you know. So all of the real earth rewards, you can use these NFTs to earn money, not like from the air, as you had with the Axie Infinity. But this technology allows you to do a lot of more crazy and great things. So for example, just imagine that you are having Fortnite. Fortnite has its revenue streams, etc. And they are divided the little portion of the revenue streams, let's say 5%, 10%. It still would be a huge amount of money, yeah? And they are distributing it to the real pool, real earth reward that is distributed then to the players. If they win, then they get it. If they want, they not, you know? So with crypto, with NFTs, you can do it. So you are not like generating money out of the air, but from the real business and real revenue streams. So there are,
and you are using NFTs, different types of NFTs. What blockchain are you using?
Yeah, we will be launching the Arbitrum chain at first, but then we want to diversify because I believe that the game shouldn't be only on the one chain. The business of the game is to have a lot of users, a lot of players. So it's good to be on the different chains, not only in one, you know. So yeah.
Brings me from the gaming, brings me to another point in the direction of, we heard about environmental energy consumption zone. There are these Bitcoin, the Bitcoin NFTs, yeah, BRC20 now. Anyone heard of you? Any opinion about this? Will this be the next big thing, or is it just? I mean, I have my own opinion. I will later share.
I want to hear your opinion first, but I have a very strong opinion that I'm like very incongruent to that right
okay, but
now.
you said already.
I need to look at it a little bit closer about the code and everything. Yeah.
My opinion on the BRC20 is it's a straw fire, which means it burns hot and then it will go down again, because it lacks the smart contractability, which we heard in just one presentation, two presentations ago, how important smart contracts are. So it could be nice. The Bitcoin ecosystem, Bitcoin blockchain, is the most secure one, the largest, and so on. We know that. Building NFTs on Bitcoin blockchain sounds really incredible. It would be cool, but the technical details show us, me, my experts in the background, and my hackers in the background, it has a lot of flaws. It's not as flexible as Ethereum and other blockchains, Algorand and other also gaming blockchains. So that's where I see it's a short take. It sounds nice. Too nice to be true.
Two sentences like that. Two sentences. There are blockchains that are made for that.
Sergiu.
Yeah, from a usability perspective, it's clear that it's difficult to bring them to mass adoption for now. Maybe in the future, with I don't know, with Lightning Network or something like this, they will be able to improve these elements. But in my opinion, any type of project and effort in this space, in the Web3 space, as long as especially it's bringing new users, if it can bring new user, it's a good project.
True.
Yeah, there are right now, I think, over 20 blockchain solutions and that are supporting NFTs. We hear many, even fashion industries, launching their own NFTs and so on, own blockchain. So most probably we'll see in the next couple of years. You know, right now the blockchain creators want to transfer us the idea that, okay, Ethereum is clear the biggest, but smaller blockchains, we have so many optimizations and transactions per second, things like this, and this will be the new internet. In fact, guys, each blockchain will be like a Web 2 platform. So in the future, we should expect to see hundreds of blockchain solutions, thousands of blockchain solutions. Maybe each brand will have its own blockchain solution, and maybe each of them will mint NFTs. And our job as users is not to look for the technology, in my opinion, is to look for the benefits. Because when we talk about NFTs, I think, you know, as creators, we're always focusing on the platform has these functionalities and I make money like this. And no, this is not what matters. What it matters is this is the NFT, and if I will airdrop you this NFT, or if I will sell you for $10, in the first week you'll be able to get benefits of $100. Next week, $500. Next week, the next month, $10,000. And this is how NFTs should be minted. Not only, so not necessarily for fundraising, but for building community and the network effect. Because this is the amazing part, the amazing thing behind the NFTs, that we can bring the network effect at the community level and the network effect also at the technology level. So many creators are missing this. We see a lot of artists selling their rights to mint NFTs to some companies. They mint 10,000 NFTs, they say they cash in the money, and after the artist never associate his image with the NFT. If you are a buyer of that NFT, you feel that you were scammed even if it's the original NFT.
True, that's my point. I mean, we are complaining about inflation and that governments, they print money like hell. And what are we doing? We are minting NFTs like hell. Everybody's doing it. So don't we do the same?
Yeah, the benefits is the name of the game.
It's like printing fake internet money. So
yeah, internet money. Strategies against. We heard the ticketing could be a next stream. We heard from Sergiu the fashion industry with Adidas, with Nike bringing. I also bought some these sneakers, these NFT sneakers. Who the hell? I don't know. Probably I'm scammed too.
Play to earn for sure.
Play to earn isn't a good phrase right now. You know, it's play and earn, because like playing only to earn is a bad thing. You know, it's these Ponzi-nomic schemes, etc. So I wouldn't say. But if we are looking for the new opportunities, we said that ticketing, etc. I would say also pins, NFT pins. You know, I have a friend that has a great.
Can you explain that NFT? Pins.
Yeah. I have a friend that has a company called Uniquely, and they are producing, you know, these NFT pins that you can have, for example, on your T-shirt, etc. That will tell you if it's proved or not. You know, so I have an inside info from him that people really want that, and big manufacturers really order a lot amounts of these NFT pins. So probably this is also kind of a good trend, and we will see more and more clothes with these pins that can prove you that it's original or not. So
that makes the physical objects linking with the NFTs, digitals. Probably. Yeah. That's what I think too. We work a lot on such projects, linking the physical world and the digital world. Having said that, I would like to thank the audience, which was very patient with us, has been very patient. Philipp, thank you. Maverick, Eric, and Sergiu, thank you very much. We are almost done, and you're welcome. Your take, we have 40 seconds. You think it's going up or down with NFTs in the long run?
Always up, fucking, what the fuck? Always, it's going always up.
When moon.
All markets are going
Maverick,
up.
only up.
Only up.
It's blockchain, it cannot go down. So
thank you very much.
Only, the number will continue to grow.
Not
you
financial
cannot
advice, of course, right?
We
no
have still the pink glasses. We are all in love with blockchain and NFTs. You always see the positive side. Thank you very much, folks. It was fun. And
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the audience.
Thank you for
listening to us.
And thank you, Robby.